I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. And I sure do love my job. Yeah. I was born to preach the gospel. I was born to preach the gospel. I'm born to preach the gospel. And I sure do love my job. Yeah. Yes, I really love my job. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Oh, I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Yes, I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Get firmly rooted. So let's get firmly rooted. Let's get firmly rooted. So let's get firmly rooted. Oh, I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. Let's get firmly rooted. Firmly rooted. Let's get firmly rooted. Yeshua, 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 Yeshua. I'm a disciple that makes disciples that makes disciples. We are disciples that make disciples that make disciples. We are disciples that make disciples that make disciples. We are disciples that make disciples that make disciples. Let's get firmly rooted. Firmly rooted.
Hey, good morning, family. Pastor G, Firmly Rooted Ministries. And, someone said, called me PG. So am I PG or PR? Both are kind of funny, but maybe we can vote. Hey, great to be with you guys. Just going to check in here with a few folks. So that's me. All right. That's me again. Pamela C., good morning to you. Elmer, good morning, and praying for you and your bride, Elmer. Vivian Davis, good morning, PG. That's where it is. Okay, PG or PR? My mom calls me Rusty. Mary McGee, good morning. Diane Giroux, good morning, family. Bull, good morning. Jackie Matus, good morning. Amanda McCormick, good morning. Nikki Chasen, good morning, family. Bert Reggiani, good morning, everyone. Brian Vlammy, good morning to you. And Pastor Tom, good morning, Firmly Rooted family. And yeah, Pastor Tom, again, just indebted to you. Thank you for the vision for this. Wow, this is just awesome to get to come into this. And I just feel so honored. Well, hey, you guys, yesterday, man, was that a doozy or what? And we're just continuing on the heels now of this truly critical time now for Jesus and his disciples. He's left the temple. That's going to be very important. He's done. He's done teaching in the temple. They've shut their ears. They have their eyes are blind. He's finished. And so he is going now to the Mount of Olives. And this is going to be so important to kind of get the geographical context that I want to throw up just the map here showing the proximity of the Mount of Olives to Jerusalem itself. And this is the base of the mount. So obviously Jesus would have most likely gone to the top of the mount, which is really more of a large hill. But this just shows you he can still see Jerusalem. It's very, the tensions are still high. They are plotting over there. But he's just showing that he is no longer, he knows he's not welcome within the city gates. He's going outside the city gates until he celebrates the Passover with his disciples, and he goes back. But I'll leave this picture up as we read. So we are in chapter 24, looking at verses 3 through 8, excuse me. As Jesus was on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately. And I just, again, I think we need to really, so many details, you guys, are in these verses that we blink and we miss it, but they're coming to him privately. Listen, they got a rebuke in verse 2. They are absolutely in a place of decision right now. Are they going to stand with Jesus, or are they going to flee? And of course, we know the answer. But they're going to come to him privately. Tell us, they said, when will this happen? When will what happen? Well, when will not one stone be left upon another for the temple? When will the temple be destroyed, as Jesus had told them in verse 2? And what will be the sign of your coming and of the end of the age? All right, Jesus answered, and as he's answering, you guys, this is going to begin what is now going to be a 13-part series for this devotion. It's going to take us into mid-February. We're going to be looking at the signs of the second coming. Here are the first signs. Jesus answered, "Watch out that no one deceives you, for many will come in my name, claiming I am the Christ, and will deceive many. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All of these are the beginning of birth pains." So, of course, we are seeing so many of these things: wars, rumors of wars, famines, all of these things. We could go into a whole sermon series on all of those, but I want to focus on the first thing that Jesus said. What is the very first thing? What is it? And maybe you could just comment. I did this with the guys for the men's study this morning. I like to be kind of interactive with you guys. So in the chat box, can you tell us what is the first thing that Jesus warns about that is going to precede his second coming? And I'll just wait until I see it in the chat box here. So what is the first thing that Jesus says is going to precede his coming? And it's not a trick question. So it's the answer is in verse 5. Someone want to just type that in just so we're all on the same page here. Okay, well, sorry, maybe I'm making the question unclear. The answer is that many are going to come in Jesus's name, claiming that they are the Christ. A lot of speculation on this, and of course, we know. There have been all kinds of crazy teachers who have claimed that they are the Christ, right? False prophets. Thanks, Paul. So you guys remember probably, I think there was in the 80s, there was a guy in China who claimed to be the Messiah. He had a pretty significant following, but not, it wasn't the whole world going after him. There have been others. But it's just interesting to me that he says, many will come in my name. We're not really seeing the many, are we? It's like as soon as someone does that, most of the world realizes, this guy is maybe off his rocker, right? So, you guys, what I really believe, and I think we're seeing this in our very day right now, I think what this could very well be referring to is that the New Age movement that is creeping into the church. And a part of the New Age philosophy is that we are all Christ. Okay, so don't get this confused with we are the body of Christ, a biblical doctrine that is true. The New Age movement, no, it corrupts it, right? Any type of cult will take just a little bit of of a lie and just drop it into the volume of truth. Okay, and that's what the New Age movement is doing. So they're trying to say that we each possess, whether or not we are saved, whether or not we belong to Christ, that every single person in humanity, regardless if they're an atheist, an agnostic, has a Christ consciousness. Okay, perhaps you've heard this term. There was a woman who ran for president a few years back, and Marianne Williamson, I believe, and she's been on Oprah, really promoted her, and anyway, she's just very popular because what she's pointing to is a real void that people have. I mean, God has put this void in our heart for that connection with Him, but it can only be filled truly by Jesus Christ. As we learned in the men's study today, we are not the head. He has to be the head. Anytime we try to supersede our role or our authority and become the head, then we have completely lost contact with the God of the Bible, and we're drifting into dangerous territory. So we don't want to go there. So what the New Age movement is doing is it's coming alongside Christians. They're saying, "Oh, hey, we love Jesus, and we want you to know that we believe all that you believe." And then I found myself in conversations with these people. One lady, I remember I was about to give her communion, and she was saying all of these things, and then I discovered later she was deep into the New Age movement, and she was talking about her definition of Christ was not that she needed to surrender her life to Jesus Christ, but rather she was Christ, right? That she had the Christ consciousness. So it's not about a man. It's not about surrendering to Jesus as God. Rather, it is realizing that we are all gods, that we all possess this spark, this Christ consciousness. And when we sort of through asceticism or Gnosticism depart from this and transcend transcendental meditation. It's very big. We connect with the higher universe, which enables us to see that in reality we are all one as a part of that Christ consciousness. So could this be what Jesus is referring to? My name, saying, "I am the Christ." That's happening right now. It's undeniable. We see it everywhere. Certainly, we want to be ready to give a reason for the hope that lies within us, why we are different, why we don't believe that. We can love these people, but gently guide them to the distinction that the Bible makes, that we are not Christ, that we are actually submitted in lordship, submitted to His lordship over us. We become part of His body, but we never become the head. Even in eternity, in heaven, we will not be Jesus Christ. We will be forever worshiping Him, but we will not be Him. So there it is, you guys. Something to chew on. I'm not saying that this is exactly what it is that Jesus is referring to. There may be someone who actually comes and says, I am actually Jesus the Messiah. And certainly we see hints of that with all of the references to the Antichrist. So, but I just think it's really interesting that Jesus does say, many will come in my name, saying, I am the Christ. Right now, at least, there's not many who are actually doing that, but there are many who are in the New Age movement who are saying, we all have a Christ consciousness. So there it is. Okay, well, bless you guys. Again, hope that was helpful. Okay. Oh, Bull, I said can't spell. He said false prophets, but that was right. Nikki Chasen, scary. Yeah, it is, Nikki. So, just it doesn't mean we have to be afraid. And many of these people are great seekers, right? They're really searching for the truth. So we just have to make sure that we come in a spirit of love and humility, but also boldness, right? And we don't confuse what many are getting confused today. So, yeah, there. I'm preaching, Pastor Tom. So, love you guys. We'll see you next week. But I can't wait for Living Sent tomorrow with Aaron. I always enjoy listening to him versus me. Love you guys.